One sec. What's up, everybody?
What's going on? What's going on? What's power, y'all? How y'all be?
Oh, I think the graphics still up. Hold
I
on.
got it.
Bet. What's
Y'all know the
good,
demo.
everybody?
Y'all know the demo.
Yeah. What's up, everybody? What's going on? Can't say it enough. We love you. We appreciate you. We're glad to have you here. This is the Black in a Minute podcast signing in, showing up live and in effect. Damn, I am out of the computer. Hold on. Give me a second. Can you turn that up just a tick? Thank you.
What's going on?
Hey, who is that?
What's happening?
Let me see. What's good? I hate that it says Facebook user instead of like the actual person, but you know.
They trying to play you, Facebook user. Whoever
Right.
just hit that A on us.
They ain't letting you have no agency, and I don't understand that. But
I don't either.
you know. Oh, it's Sid. It's Sydney. What's up, man? I had to catch up to it on the phone. What's good with you? Let me see. We shouldn't start off with too many questions just yet, but I mean, I will ask just for whoever's viewing. How has it been to maintain productivity in these lovely times we're living in? Oh, hey, move the mic a little closer to you. It does make a bit of a difference, no lie. Sounds cool. As are we, you know, working, grinding, getting things going on.
Hey, if you guys are just now joining,
I can
if
believe
you guys are just now joining us, at the very bottom, there's a ticker. Our sale for merch is ending tomorrow.
Yes.
The 4th of July. It's literally the last day that you guys can get a sale going on right now on Black in a Minute merch.
Yep.
The link is in the description. For those of y'all who are veterans, just go to the flow page, scroll all the way down. You'll see it right there.
Right. Kiki Nikota said, pretty good. I'm actually staying steady on my goals. Well, much appreciation to you.
Nice. We're going to get into that too.
Hey, you living the dream right now then. Shoot. Let's get into hopefully that. We can get like you. That's what we need to get. You know what I'm saying? Because, man, I'm not going to lie. It's been kind of difficult. Like, I've been maintaining. I can't say that I'm at the level that I would prefer to be, but I'm definitely doing all right. You know?
Okay.
So I certainly can't complain.
Okay. I would, you know what? I would
not as much as I would, you know, you would think.
So. I would say that's me too as well. But we're gonna let a few of y'all get in here real quick, you know, give y'all a few announcements, updates and stuff.
Yes.
You know, before we get the conversation really going to the meat and potatoes. But yeah, if you're unfamiliar, Black in a Minute merch is available. We just dropped a bunch of new stuff, new design as well.
Right.
We got bottles. As Kevin Hart would say, a lot of people was asking for like canteens and stuff. We got some more options in that regard.
Bringing bottles, man.
We got more different shirt and hooded options.
We getting there.
For sure. We got a new design. It's basically our Black in a Minute QR code, the links to the shop, and if you just want to give us some regular old support, we appreciate that too. Right. The links are going to be in the description. And also, promo codes. There's 2 of them going right now for the holiday season. The sale ends tomorrow.
Yes.
If you check the ticker on your screen, it'll tell you what those 2 codes is now.
Also, you should be seeing some of our selection.
NeRo's going to pop it on there for us.
And yes, we do have bottles. It's pretty lit.
Check that out. Look at that.
Got the hoodies, got the mugs. We even got cell phone cases, which is pretty dope.
Yeah, if you got a Galaxy or an iPhone, look like we got a couple cases for you.
Got another H2O can.
like a thermos.
I like this one. I like
mug.
this one. Yeah,
the mug is dope.
Nice.
That mug is dope.
Nice. Cause look at that, it just reflects on the side. That's fresh.
FYI, that QR code that is on this merchandise.
And we got a backpack. Whoa.
Use this to share with people the podcast.
Right.
Not only is it a cool design, but it helps get more eyes on the product. What we're looking for.
Absolutely.
For those of y'all who just jumping in, NeRo's just showing off some of the merch. We got 2 promo codes going right now. They're right there on the screen.
Right. This one's another favorite of mine. The white with the black background like that.
Link in the description. We'll also pin it to the top of the chat as well. So that way you guys can click on it that way too.
Yeah. I mean, hey, look, if you're trying to be a walking advertisement for us, you know, we'll pay you in love and affection.
Yeah. Look, and I'm telling you, it's a great conversation starter. Y'all know how many people just off of the stopwatch design was asking me, yo, what's that? You know, what's going on with it? You know, and I was just like, hey.
Courtesy of yours truly, of course.
Go follow us, Black in a Minute. We got a podcast.
Right. It's mad fresh.
The QR code is even better because literally people can just take out their phone, open their camera, scan it, boop,
basically,
bing bong, and be right up on our stuff.
Well,
I need to get that sound.
Hopefully not with the sound effect, but
I need to find that sound. I'm about to get that sound.
Oh God, no!
What like I gotta have it.
Oh man,
I've got to have that sound.
Man,
I must. It's imperative.
It's imperative?
It's imperative.
It's imperative. Good Lord. Look, man, needless to say, we've just been trying to make things happen. You know, we just want to continue to make wonderful content for you guys. And, well, we need engagement, money, and the ability to do so. Look, finally, YouTube is trash. Trying to get back to you guys. We appreciate it.
Love it, love it. Hey, if you guys are tuning in, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Y'all already know. Help us fight the YouTube algorithm. We still like young in this game. We still babies in this game.
We just need YouTube to like us just this much. Or even this much. Yeah. You know, just that little bit. Just that little bit. Because, yeah. If we're going to talk about productivity, let us please actually produce and be productive and create more things. Also, if you are here, please put a like on the video. And also, if you're viewing from YouTube, I don't know if Twitch does this, but please subscribe and hit the little button so that way, the little notification bell, so that way you actually get the updates, because YouTube be on dirt with that. So
yeah, they do.
I want to make sure you actually get the stuff, and that would be nice. Like, I don't want us to be posting stuff and then y'all just never see it. Oh God, that's terrible.
I just had to do something right there.
This is so horrible.
Excuse me for that.
Feld, I'll start plugging you in my cast. Hey, most appreciated.
Definitely. Oh yeah.
Please do. Hold on. Let me make sure I know who's doing that. Hey, thanks, Sid. Definitely appreciate it, man.
Nigga.
You're stupid.
What?
You're stupid.
Hey, I got the sounds back on, so I know I'm be acting up.
Oh, God. Hey, I'm going to go ahead and post in the Facebook the link to our stuff, too, so that way you have it. Hold on a second. Give me a second. Oh, well, that's the group. I need that.
But yeah, y'all, we're gonna get started with the main discussion here in just a moment. First and foremost, we hope you guys are having a productive year. But if you're not, it is now July, which is why we felt this was an imperative time to have such a conversation. We are through half the year.
Yes.
Now we got the rest of the year to get through.
Mm-hmm.
And productivity is key, especially in the times that we live in now.
Who are you telling?
There's a lot going on in the world from all different sectors and stuff, especially here in the United States, because we just love doing all kinds of stuff here that other people don't. But
for better or for worse, yeah.
Yeah, for better or for worse.
Mostly worse, but
Yeah, so we want to make sure you guys are still keeping your eyes on the prize. We want to make sure that you guys are still,
making it,
getting through these trenches out here.
Because man, look, gas prices is stupid right now. Like things are just crazy at this moment. Like we try. I mean, a lot of people are trying to maintain. If you got newborns, I know the Infamil is mad expensive. Kiera Rob 25 said Indiana Tech is here in Evansville for certifications, accounting, business, medical coding, IT, and other tech skills to advance and make more money. Some of those weeks are like 6 classes. Okay, that's a bet.
Hey, that's a resource.
Absolutely, and resourcing is important,
especially when we talk productivity.
Also, speaking of that, look, if people need it, I don't know how people are dealing with like housing and other things like that. There are resources for that as well. I know that there are resources like not for people but like if it's people that are in desperate need of housing, that are desperate need of shelter, need food or anything like that, please hit me up because there are some resources that I can get from my job that can probably point you in the right direction. Like going through like Echo, Aurora. I ain't gonna cap. Going through Aurora is a long process because housing is trash right now. And like whatever assistance you can get is good. I would suggest probably even going for like income-based housing just because, dog, it costs $800 to get a 2-bedroom in Van Park now. It costs $800 to get a 2-bedroom in freaking Parkside.
I'm pretty sure everywhere went up on rent.
Oh God,
my place went up on rent.
It's so bad.
Now. A few other people that I've talked to. So sometimes it can be hard to focus. When you have so many external factors pushing in on you and pressuring you.
Right. Look, Javar said, "Well, damn, where were you when I was looking for a house a year ago? I ain't had this job a year ago, nigga. Right where I've been at, boy."
Hey.
Shoot. But no, for real, man, it's just rough, man. I know it's just been rough on a lot of people and things have been terribly difficult. Like, I don't know, bills have been insane. Freaking groceries have been insane. Pretty much anything that costs money that provides you with something has been insane. So definitely one of them moments to thank the good Lord for what you have, honestly. Like just current resources and things of that nature. Yes, Twin coming through with them sound bites. Look, he said he was gonna break it out today.
Listen, look, hey.
Oh no. Oh no.
Yes, it is.
The grocery situation is ridiculous, Javar. I don't know what's going on anymore. Like it's so weird that everything just ticked up. Well, I mean, how it happened is not weird, but like the fact that it is happening is just messed up, G. You know what I'm saying? I just don't know how to feel about any of it.
But I'll tell you what, you know how most people feel?
Depressed.
Oh man, this is fucking bullshit.
That's how most people feel.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
we digress because regardless, y'all, we still got to live.
Yes,
we still have responsibilities.
Yes, we do.
Right? And most importantly, when it comes to responsibilities specifically, we have to be productive members of our society.
Yes.
And so, would it be in July? We got 5. Am I right? Yeah, 5 months left of this year and some days. It is very important that we stay focused.
Yep.
But most importantly, we remain productive. And that's kind of what today's video or tonight, depending on what time it is, is what we're going to talk about.
Yeah. Productivity is of just utmost importance at this point, just because it is very easy to lose track of what you're doing, where you're going, how you're going to make it, all the big questions that are so uncomfortable to even ask in the first place. Like, these are all things that no one really wants to think about. Like, yes, it's easy to just work and make a living and, go through the daily grind, but it is hard when you're actually trying to sit down and think about, okay, where do I see myself in the next 2 years, 3 years, 5 years?
True.
Dog, honestly, the 5 year plan is a thing of the past the way things are now. You really have to mainly focus on like one or two, just because everything is changing so rapidly. It's just a lot that you simply can't account for. Um, Certainly something that I find interesting, just considering how life has been. You know, I honestly think that I know we're on YouTube, so we can't say it, but you know, C19, the vid, whatever you want to call it, was definitely an eye opener for fragile, just how fragile our financial stability, our mental stability, and just our general stability was truly. How close we were to the end of the slippery slope, or rather the beginning. You know what I'm saying? We've really been in a situation where people have had to think very critically about what they plan on doing next with their lives. Like it's wild. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's even wilder just because you don't really know what to do. Sometimes you really don't know what to do. You know, you working a job, but okay, that's cool. You're making a little bit of money, but now you got to pay for insurance. Now you got to take care of other needs and other
True.
things. And God forbid if you got kids, not saying it's bad to have kids, but for real, like other resources that you're receiving and needing sometimes either aren't available or are not enough. Period. Sometimes it is just not enough. And it's a hard thing to say. Like, there are people, you got to think, there are still people who make only $700 every 2 weeks in this economy.
Yeah.
Who were making that same amount last year and they probably was okay. But now they're making it that much and they got to try and God forbid if they don't have a place to live or have a place to be, and they now have to figure out where they're going to live.
Bruh, I got one for you. This is just literally what came to my mind.
Yeah.
But, inflation is the new COVID.
Mm-hmm.
That's a bar. It's a bar.
There ain't no mask for that.
Inflation is the new COVID. And so,
yeah.
And I was just saying to myself
COVID
the other
was
day.
The new inflation. Shoot.
Either
inflation
that or
been here.
I was either saying it to myself or him. I was just like, you know what? Where the hell is the new Tiger King at?
Look, hey, bro. Hey.
Where's the new Tiger? Where's the Last Dance?
Kiera Rob with the extra resources. Also, Pretty 3 is helpful for low-income households, for new parents, and underage pregnancy by Vanderbilt County. Please go to the website. Yes, Pretty 3 is good. I think for some people, I don't know exactly how it works. You can also go to First Steps if your kids need help with that sort of stuff, like developmental problems and things of that nature. I know ARC helps out with that. What else am I thinking of? Inflation did reach Super Saiyan 3. Oh, God. The man. Also, I know it's a random thing to say, but I know that some people do have this issue because it's just something you don't think about. Keep your Social Security card with you. Also, keep your IDs updated, especially if you're job searching, because you need that. You need those things for a lot of reasons. I mean, keep your birth certificates up. All of your documentation that proves that you are who you are.
Also, if we're talking in the avenue of jobs and money,
Mm-hmm.
you gotta, ain't no such thing as not being productive when it comes to money.
Absolutely.
It's almost suicide otherwise, right?
Yeah, you either work to eat or you just eating to work.
Or you die. Like, so with that,
or you die.
You were talking about updating of things. I'm thinking, keep your resume straight.
Yes.
If you ain't got your resume straight personally, find somebody who can work on it for you.
Also, to piggyback on that, if you're one of those people that has a whole lot of qualifications and a whole lot of credentials, you have to worry about, and I know you've probably heard this word before, overqualifications are real. And being overqualified can be a reason that people will refuse employment to you. One thing I would say, it's very hard to avoid, especially if you're older, which I don't think we have a lot of older viewers, but seriously, you want to make sure that you are narrowing down your resume. If you have like a lot of jobs on your resume, narrow it down to maybe like the first 3.
Yeah, you definitely need to consolidate it down to the most important.
Yeah, Lila. Now make sure it's some stuff that shows a good range of your skills, but do narrow it down because they're not gonna want to read through all that. 2, it doesn't always show that you have good retention.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because if you have a bad turnover in your job, no one's gonna want to keep you.
Shout out to Twin for getting my resume together.
Right.
Because as organized as I am, it was one area where I knew I needed to do improvement.
Right.
And yeah.
I know. He look fresh, don't he?
What'd you say?
He said, "I just noticed your glasses. My brother can finally see." I know. Look. Don't he look fresh? Look. Model it for the people.
No.
Go ahead. Go to hit the hit the Van and White. Hit the Van. There you go. There you go.
Hey,
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hey, what?
It's over 9,000.
Love a G to tell y'all.
Hey, look. You better listen to that man.
Hold on.
I mean, and I guess if you look, I guess if you're trying to live good, let's see. Kiki Nicoto said, speaking of the information that confirms you are you, someone told me you only get 10 times to get a new Social Security card for your life. Is it 10? Because I thought it was less than that. I ain't gonna cap. I really thought it was less than that. And yeah, I know it's a limit though. You are right. I know there is a limit. I'm not entirely sure what the hard limit is. Some reason I thought it was less than that, but I mean, I could be wrong. I don't really know. So yeah, it's very true. You know, I wouldn't doubt it, honestly. You know, so it is 10. It is 10. Okay, thank you. I was never sure. I was never really sure. I had never really looked too deep. Dang, you on your 3rd? Bro, I'm only on my 2nd, which I'm going to keep that at a 2nd for a good little while because I ain't got time for all that.
If you, I know it depends. Like some,
you think maybe it's situational?
Most places ask for the card physical.
Yeah.
But in any situation, always ask like whoever's requesting for that Social Security card if they need it physically. Yeah. Some places do, and some places don't. So sometimes you can get away with just giving a social with certain things. So really with the Social Security card, because I don't carry my Social Security card everywhere, but also I keep my Social Security card in like a plastic,
like a laminate
card thing.
Yeah, like
anybody ever had like any Pokemon cards, Yu-Gi-Oh cards? It's basically that. It's like a hard plastic case, and I hardly ever grab it for anything. But whenever I need it, because I had my one before that mug was raggedy as hell.
Oh yeah,
I had it for so long.
That last joint I had since like birth.
Yes, yeah, and I don't have it no more. But that new one, that mug is mint condition. Like I just got it today, and I keep it in a protective sleeve. I don't play about that mug.
Yes, sir. You got to do that. When I tell people for my job that I do, and they come with a picture of it on their phone. Yes, because people do that all the freaking time, bro. They be like, I got a picture of it on my phone. Bro, that don't do nothing for me. Like, and people don't understand that. They don't understand that, yo, 1, it's not professional. 2, that is not a veritable way to prove your identity. 3, people steal everything, including faces. Like, no.
What's going on, DSOG?
What's good with you?
How you be? It's been a minute. Hope you're doing all right.
What are your thoughts on productivity, sir? How have you been a productive member of society as of this year? You know, we didn't have half a year, so I feel like everybody can kind of gauge themselves right now.
Yeah. It's not necessarily a question or even an action. We want you guys to also just share some more, general productivity tips as well.
Right.
Because any way we can help you guys get further and further to whatever goals you have for this year.
And really, like Photoshop don't exist. Thank you, bro, because it definitely does. It definitely does. Actually, I'm gonna put in a question. Let's see.
But yeah, y'all, I'm a big proponent of calendars and planners, whether that be a physical book, like pencil and paper, pen and paper. I'm doing the digital. I use my calendar on my phone. Anybody that know me real well, I'm playing by my calendar on my phone and my computer and stuff. I do not play. Google Calendar for the win. Google, give us some money.
Yeah.
YouTube, I know y'all listening. I know y'all got y'all words listening.
I'll be on my on my work phone. Yeah, I got 2 phones like Kevin Gates. Look, I'll be on my Outlook. I'll be on my Outlook calendar because it links.
I didn't even bring the
reason I do that is because it links to everything else. So like my employers can see it. They know where I'm at. You know what's going on, and it makes it a lot easier.
Yeah, I gotta have a calendar, man. I've got to have a calendar.
But you know what? I'm kind of glad that we are bringing up productivity because, man, I ain't gonna lie. Here's the question of the day. Question of the day says, what does productivity mean to you? Why? And what do you do to stay productive? Look, I ain't gonna cap. You know what I do to stay productive? I don't always go straight home. I go to a neutral place, sometimes here, like as I got to do notes and paperwork. If I know I got to do notes and paperwork and important stuff, I'll come here or some other neutral place and work on it. Because I know if I get home, I'm going to get relaxed, I'm going to get lethargic, and I'm pass out on the couch. So, like, and it's funny to say, but, like, for real, I have to be in a state of relative discomfort, if that makes sense.
Okay, to want to get something done.
To have that oomph to. Like, because it's not that I don't want to. It's just that, it's easy to get distracted at home.
They have a term for that. It's called, I believe what they refer to is fine-tuning your environment.
Yeah.
Basically, making it so that your zone is representative of what you plan to do in it.
That makes sense.
So fine-tuning your environment and what have you. So in your case, that would be here because you don't really have to do much setup, but it's not tailored to your individual needs in the sense of, the most comfortability.
Right.
So by default, you come in here, it's a whole different vibe.
Right.
From like you said, being at home, just sitting up on your ass.
That, and you have that incentive of, okay, if I get this done, then I can go home. You know what I'm saying? Like,
DSOG, it plays into the opposite, right? So it's like, the opposite of productivity would pretty much be procrastination.
Yeah.
So if you're not getting anything done, we can definitely make that case, right?
Right.
Because some people, it becomes, instead of it being the work environment, it becomes the escape.
Yeah.
So I get where you're going with that. Yeah, I mean, it can happen.
Yeah.
But that's why I say you got to fine tune your environment for what you wanting to do in it. Yeah. If you have a task like having to do some work, you need your environment to represent that. Eliminate distractions.
Yeah, you got to. Hold on, I'm gonna see if I can set some more lighting in here.
Feeling a little dark?
It's getting a little dark. Well, just before we do, just before it happens, a little bit of housekeeping. There we go.
Let's see what's some of the comments saying. By the way, some ladies at the store liked my Black in a Minute shirt today. I gave them the website so they might buy some stuff. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you.
We appreciate you.
Before you came on the stream, I was literally talking about like how Black in a Minute is still a new thing, especially if you live in a southern Indiana area, Kentucky, that little area. So when people see that bright red stopwatch, it piques their curiosity. So thank you for that shout out. Appreciate you.
I mean, hey, but you know what, man? I do agree that somebody, look, we appreciate you. Look, you honestly deserve a soundbite for that. Can you get a soundbite for that?
Yeah. We can drop a horn for you.
Get a soundbite for that. Yeah, there you go. There we go.
I got you.
But DSOG mental, you're right. Procrastination is a habit that can be broken. It can be fixed. But some of it does have a lot to do with knowing yourself, knowing your routine, knowing what things will trigger you to become a procrastinator, will trigger you to engage in certain behaviors. And that's kind of how I look at things, because it's not always as easy for everybody, for everyone, for every person to be like, yeah, I'm gonna just stop doing this. Like, for some people they can do it, not everyone can. And I want to be realistic to that end of things. And well, let's be real, you ain't always got 6 months to break a habit. All right, sometimes you got to make it work. You got to expedite that process.
I think they said, because it's funny you mention that, because
yeah.
I'm so much of a productivity nut. I watch a lot of content regarding like habits and everything like that.
Right.
And they were saying that, a common misconception that a lot of people have is that in 21 days you can. A lot of people have heard 21 days associated with forming new habits or breaking old. Yeah, and that is not true. It's actually more like 66.
Yeah.
And there's science to back it. But, as in relation to what you were talking about, that's the thing. Like, procrastination is kind of in its own different lane. But with that being said, it's not impossible to be mitigated.
No, it is not impossible at all. A lot of it is just having the willingness to start the process and being able to do it.
Because I do think with procrastination, it's more of a mood, mental type of thing.
Yeah. Some days you just don't have it. Some days you just don't have it in you like that, and you more or less just maintain it as best you can. But what I was gonna say is, Kiki Nikoru said, breaking down my goal into smaller and more accomplishable or manageable steps in order to complete it. Okay.
I like that. I believe
huge.
in that.
That is huge though, because that's something I be telling clients and stuff, because in so many ways you get to the point where you literally you get into freak out mode basically, because you know that you have a certain number of things that you have to complete and a certain number of things that you got to get done. So as a result, you're thinking, okay, I got to get this done. I got to make this. I got to make this. I got to make this much money to do this. And then I got to make this much money to do this. And I got to spend this to do this. And you've already got 10 things on your list, right? So as a result of that, you're trying to do all 10. If you here's a perfect case in point. Have you ever tried to download 10 things to your phone or your computer at the same time?
Sure.
How if you're doing updates on your phone, you notice as it's doing it, they don't all go in one line. They don't go one by one all the time. Sometimes they're all loading at different points because some might be bigger than others. So what you do sometimes, and it may not seem like it's going quicker, but sometimes it is, you click them one by one. And you knock you knock the smaller ones out first. That way, those are gone. You no longer have to think about it. Once it's done, you don't have to think about it anymore.
I think
then you knock out the big stuff.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. I used to have it to where it would be the multiple downloads example, like what you had. Yeah. And I was getting progress on every little one, but everything was going that much more slower because that much more things were going on at once.
And the biggest part about it is none of it is done. And when you get stressed out and get all in your feelings and everything, guess what thing you're going to focus on? Guess what you're going to harp on? The fact that none of it is done.
Yeah, that you didn't complete anything. That's basically going nowhere fast.
Yeah, and you were non-productive.
And I want to highlight some of these comments in here because there's quite a few good comments. So I went DSOG Mental. How many people use a vision board? For myself, what I will say is I have somewhat of a vision board. Okay. It's a bulletin board that I have that my lady got me. And basically it has a bunch of different ideas, information and stuff that I've had collected on there. I also even made it into a hardline planner.
Nice.
That I have not written in, but I do keep it in my phone instead because I like the versatility of having it basically wherever I go because I keep my phone on me wherever I go instead of those other items.
Okay. And Kiara Rob 25 said risk management weighing out your options and seeing if things are worth it. Yes. Because what's the 3 things I always say? If you guys have been with us for a while, then you know this. I always ask, is it worth my time? Is it worth my energy? And if I do it, what do I have to lose or potentially gain? These are the things that matter, because sometimes, folks just do. And in so many cases, the negative things that we do towards each other, to ourselves, or in our lives is usually based off of stuff that we just doing to do.
Hey, you know what?
It's not even something where, yes, I planned to do something that was going to potentially ruin my life. No. It's just something I felt like doing.
I will say with the vision board thing, it's funny because, I just thought about this.
Yeah.
Another way to kind of view vision boards, or at least just another thought that came to my mind when I was thinking about vision boards is, you guys know, I don't know what the technical term for it is, but you guys notice like how in all the crime like documentaries, TV shows and everything, they always have the big old bulletin board with all the suspects and stuff, and they
like
have
the main points.
Yeah, they have the suspects and information about them, the tidbits and stuff, and they usually have them connected via like thumbtacks and thread and everything to kind of basically create literally a compilation of all the information that they've gathered on various suspects.
Right.
And they use that to kind of like outwardly brainstorm, what it is they're trying to figure out.
Yeah.
You can kind of think of a vision board in that way, because more people have seen that as an example in real life or even in television.
I've never used a vision board per se, but before I started doing it on my phone, I would sit down and they would give us schedule lists, right?
Okay.
And it would run off of 15 to 30 minute intervals, right? And you were supposed to make the boxes and check them all and basically say, this block is where you have
like
this
the
person.
agendas.
This block is where you have this client or whatever. This block is where you're doing this. And so that's how we started setting it until we started doing it digitally. Now, the reason, and I prefer that because I tell people, I'm like, okay, I'm off on Monday, but Monday is the day before I go into work. So I'll sit down and I'll just look at it, right? And that'll help me kind of get a feel for whatever it is that I need to do. That way I can figure out what I need to do. You know what I'm saying? Like I can kind of be like, okay, this is what I need. This is what I don't need. This person's coming at this time. So I have this space of time in between the travel. You know what I'm saying? Like, because when it comes to most of these things, you got to calculate travel time. You got to calculate how much time you're going to be spending. When is the person going to make it? What's the distance between one home to another? If you're transporting from one home to another, because it's easy to say, okay, I'm doing it, like say, in my case, you're doing a 3 to 5, right? Okay. That doesn't necessarily mean that you can do a 6 to 8, okay? Or that you can do a 12 to 2. Because you may not have enough time, or rather you may require more than just that hour, because maybe 20 or 30 minutes is you doing transport back. Then you got to come back, get another set of people or kids, and then bring them back to wherever they need to be at. And you better be there at that time. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
It's assigned times. It's one of the reasons why, like for our services, we have a 15-minute window, which is if you don't make it within 15 minutes, like if you don't pull up, then you get nothing. You know
I will say
this. You don't get to have, that time. You don't get to have that time because that time is valuable.
For you guys that for some, because I know there will be people out there, even if they're not the most vocal about it.
Right.
Some people do have a problem with, calendars and vision boards.
Yeah.
To the people who feel that these things are too structured, because there's always that person.
I might fall into that line a little bit. I'm somewhere in the middle.
I will say this. Our system does not have to be the same across the board.
No.
The point is that whomever that you have some system. Effective way or system. Okay,
started,
Google.
Download the Google Home app on a phone or tablet.
Excuse you.
Why are you so aggressive for?
Anyway, excuse us, smart devices.
Yeah.
The important point is that
The mic is muted.
yeah, because you're talking too much. The important point is that however your system is, it works for you and it lends you the outcome. Because some people won't do calendars. I get it. Some of y'all ain't that structured.
Right.
Google need to relax. And don't be on no BS YouTube. Because I know how y'all play word police.
Google is bossy. No, Javar said that Google said this is her podcast now. No, not she on your case, bro.
That's why
Google
I
be
put her
tweaking sometimes.
silence.
I'll
kill you.
Kiki Nikoru said, I feel like my goals keep expanding and growing, so I guess I write them down for more like a checkpoint. Yeah, like checkpoint purposes, I'm not mad at that.
Oh, and I mean that's a good thing. You know, that means you're growing.
It's
that
a
means you're
it's a
seeing
mental
progress.
it's a mental check. It's a mental check.
I'm always big on this. I will say this. I don't care who you is, you gotta write stuff down.
Yeah.
Like you are not as mentally sound,
dog. You know how
when
many,
it comes to remembering things as you think you are.
Look, you know how many notes I keep in this thing?
If you think you are,
bro,
please,
no, you got to.
Please either research, look at some documentaries about memories and how we store things in our brain. You'd be surprised how faulty our brains really are.
Yeah.
And that's generally speaking.
Yeah.
You know, some of y'all just be forgetting stuff and thinking it'd be nothing, but it'd be more to it than that.
Dog, you speaking
some of y'all be
life.
remembering stuff wrong.
Yeah.
You know, some of y'all have things that you just don't remember, and you all like we all had that thing. It's just like, damn, why can't I remember that?
Well, it's a thing called, and you also get a thing called false or fabricated memories, where you may remember a certain event or something that occurred, but you may not remember everything, right? You may not remember everything about it, so you might have gaps in between, right? So your mind will try to fill in the gaps with something. Let's see. DSOG Mental said we should have a show teaching people how to make a vision board to be positive. I mean, it's certainly an idea. Vision boards have never been something I've been like specifically into, but I'm not opposed to checking it out or looking into it.
We could possibly do like stuff like that. We would probably have to do like a Patreon. Mm-hmm. It is going to require like, additional things as far as content goes, but I'm always willing. With these tips, we hope that you guys take them and hopefully they can help you.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
In terms of whatever it is we're talking about, being more successful in that area. So we're talking productivity. That's what we're looking for.
That's the main thing that we want is for people to be successful and be effective at doing what they need to do.
It's all about the outcomes.
Like realistically, man, it's hard. It's hard trying to maintain in this world. It's hard trying to maintain when you are not thinking on a positive scale.
Cool.
You know what I'm saying?
Kara said, I got you. I can teach you them on the podcast.
Hey, look, by all means, bro. Look, we'll
put it together. Y'all, we still developing, as you can see.
Right. But I mean, I'm not opposed to it. I'm certainly not opposed to it.
No, yeah,
it's
I
just
think vision
something
boards are
like
pretty
it's
cool
just
concept.
something I personally don't subscribe to, and it's for no particular reason other than just I'm a very cut and dry person. I'm one of those type people that I know how much I have, how much I need, and once I get to a certain point, it's like, okay, this is your cutoff point. You don't spend nothing else. Or this is your cutoff point. You don't do too much else because you have a limit. Like I'm the type of person where I impose certain hard limits on myself. Or I impose, well, not so much limits as they are mandates, right? So like the way that I get through certain stuff, I don't give myself the allowance of you are not allowed to fail this. You are not allowed to skip out on this thing. You're not allowed to skip out on this thing. If it's something that is imperative for work, you have to learn it. Like that's how I get by because I have to make certain things into mandates and absolutes. That may not work for everyone, but I know that there are some people it will work for because I know it works for me.
Sure. And I mean, even with that said, in the case of what NeRo was talking about, in that regard, those are the parameters that he has set that works for him. And it might be different for you.
Yeah.
However, especially if you're not getting the outcomes
Right.
that you want,
Yeah, if you're not
it would be in
seeing
your best
productivity,
interest to try some of these things that you're going to hear tonight or that you've already heard.
Because redundancy is the enemy of productivity.
And there's nothing wrong, even with that in mind, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing wrong with being more efficient and trying different methods. That's the only way you learn to figure things out.
I agree 100%.
You got some people, they do a planner.
Yeah.
They write stuff down in agenda book. You got other people that, they're very vision board heavy. I will tell you this.
Because some people are just more visual in general. Like I'm one of those type of people. I gotta see it so that way I can tell you what's going on.
That's one of the beauties that come with the vision board, like what DSOG was referring to.
Right.
But with that said, one huge tip in general that I'll give to everybody is capture.
Mm-hmm.
Capture, which that can mean a bunch of different things, but what it basically means is that however something comes into your head, you need to put it somewhere else.
To where you
not
can
just be
keep
in your
it.
head.
Yeah.
Look,
agreed.
If some shit come to your head,
even if you gotta write it on a napkin or a piece of receipt paper, I used to do that all the time.
Man, bro, receipt paper, napkins,
in your phone, whatever you have available to you, because you could lose it.
Yes, and folks always complain about forgetting things. Once again, thinking your brain is
company included.
So perfect.
Yeah.
Thinking your mind is so sharp, but you're forgetting things on a daily basis.
Well, and it's mental overload.
Yeah, we have, I believe, the last time I remember, I believe the number is 40,000 thoughts or something like that in a day. It's a very high number like that.
Right.
But basically, y'all, as soon as that thing, and it's important thing, so don't get it twisted. We're not telling you to write every single damn thing down. No.
It's just the important liner notes.
Yes, you have to like, oh, I need to put that down.
Yeah.
And put it in your notes. Organize your notes however you want to.
Yep.
But I promise you, if your notes got a search functionality and or a label or tag functionality, add that to it. You'll be surprised. I'll be putting all types of stuff in my notes.
See, and the funniest thing is my job revolves around that. It's a thing that we have to do. We have to take notes. And what we do usually for like visits with kids, we'll take notes in 15-minute intervals. So every 15 minutes, we got to put down something that's going on, right?
Matter of fact, I'm glad you said that. Yo, think about it like this. We all at some point went to school.
Right.
We've all had to study for a test.
Right.
How did we prepare ourselves and study? Notes, index cards, all of these different forms of capturing information, highlighting stuff.
Yes.
It's that same approach, but with your life.
Yes.
And some of y'all might be saying to yourself, well, that feel a little bit much. Yo, if you're trying to get some done,
that's how you do it.
You may need that, and that's okay. What are we working for? We working to be successful.
Yep.
We working to earn some money, because ain't nobody out here actually wanting to be broke. That's not a life aspiration.
You also don't want to be basically out here working for free either.
Yeah, we have to implore these things, especially if you're the more forgetful type. Please just write it down. Just put it in your damn smartphone.
It don't hurt to do it. And it don't take nothing but a few seconds to do so.
Only a few seconds, especially with a smartphone. Shoot. You don't even need the separate pencil and paper. You ain't even got to sharpen the pencil no more.
Right.
We've revolutionized it to even, to some of us have, devices like this and this. Yeah. We can write stuff down.
Yeah.
Write it down, even when it's digital.
If you know you got it like that, utilize the tools that are at your disposal.
Yes, please. Please.
Because there's no reason you can't. You know what I mean? There is no reason whatsoever that you cannot do that. I don't, and for some people who are saying it's difficult, I mean, it is. Look, sticking to schedules, especially when you're in a situation where you do create your own schedule. And that's why I'm saying I'm coming from a place of learning this. Coming from a situation where you do that, it is difficult.
I want to highlight this comment. Kiara said, step 1, is knowing how much you make in a month. We talking money and productivity here, y'all. Step 2, calculate all of your bills in a month.
Yes.
Step 3, subtract what you make a month from how you make. Step 4, what is left over? Step 5, what is needed? 6, can you save? Listen, y'all.
Yeah, because realistic goals are what you need.
Money matters.
Yes.
I hope everybody in here, in this chat, got some form of budget system of some sort.
Like I said,
I don't care if you do envelopes. I do a spreadsheet. I do a Google spreadsheet myself.
Right.
One way or another, especially for your money, because money is a life resource.
Yes, Lord.
You cannot be non-productive about money.
No.
Them two things go hand in hand.
That's a non-negotiable.
Non-negotiable. Now, if you're in a situation where you're not working, or you've your pay has went down, hustle.
Yeah.
If
do what you gotta do.
If that means doing some side work, do legal side work.
Yes.
I suggest if you have a car, it's a little bit more wilder, but you can still do a Uber or a DoorDash or something like that.
Right.
If you have a natural skill or talent, monetize it.
Yes.
Ain't nothing like having fun with a hobby or talent
and
making money off of
that. And there's always, it's always the age-old rule of there's always something that somebody doesn't want to do that they are very much willing to pay you for. Yeah. And that's just the truth.
Yeah.
Like, folk are willing to pay you for, especially in this day and age, stuff that factors under things that they do not want to do.
You can be a babysitter. You can wash and fold clothes.
This man said, or sell feet pics on OnlyFans. Lord Jesus.
Or let's be real though. We live in a world in a day and age where even that is a viable possibility.
Yeah, I mean,
regardless of how it may come off,
you better calculate how much is going to get taken out of your taxes because that stuff does get taxed. Like,
but the point being, there's a million ways to get it.
Right.
We are living in the most
financially disparate time.
we're living in the most resource or opportunity abundant society today.
Agreed.
There are 1,000,001 opportunities out here.
Now, admittedly, most of them suck or just not congruent to what you're trying to do, but you have to make it work for you.
I think more than any time, though, bro. There's definitely like a good variety of things you can do out here and actually get a legal check for it.
Right. Let's go ahead and catch up with some of these things because I know you did say the one for Kiara Rob. Let's see. Yeah, paycheck to paycheck is not lit. Lord Jesus, it's not. But and yeah, what you make a month subtracted from the bill amount, and then what is left over going to savings. Yes, absolutely.
I'm sorry, I read it as it was.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure we caught up. Like because I keep seeing the ticker move, and I'm like, oh crap.
Oh yeah.
But realistically, and again, if you're not as detailed and sophisticated as that is okay because that doesn't mean you can't have a budget. Like what I have. I don't specifically define it as a budget because maybe that's not how people look at it. But what I give myself is a cutoff. Which is basically, this is how much I can do before I cut the cord. Before I say, okay, we ain't doing no more. You know what I mean? Once my bank account reaches a certain level, it's like, okay, we can't do that because then it's not sustainable. And I need to wait until I'm able to get something else in there before I do it because otherwise I will reach that level of unsustainability. And once you reach that point, sometimes you can't wait 2 weeks or a week if some people are getting weekly pay or however you're making your money. That's another thing. Always know when you are making what you're making and try to frame things around that. As in, if you know you make money on, let's say, how they say it, the 1st and 15th, you know what I mean? Like every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
If yours is always the 1st and the 15th, the 1st and the 15th, the 1st and the 15th, which for most people it isn't. But if it's always on a certain track line, keep track of that and you pay according to that. Know what you're spending. Spend the big bills first. Get those out because that's what I do. Get those out of the way first because you know those will hurt you the most. That way you can kind of gauge how to deal with the other stuff. or at least just have an understanding, because sometimes what it is not so much how much you have, it's when your bills come out. Because some bills don't come out until the beginning of the month. Some bills don't come out until the middle. Some don't even come up until like almost the 24th. So you got to know when you can hit it and when you're going to have what, because you can't always just be like, oh, on the 24th, I'm going to pay it. No, because maybe what you have on the 15th and what you have on the 24th will be drastically different. And you might be able to pay it on the 15th. You know what I'm saying? And you may not be able to pay it on the 24th. Don't screw yourself by looking at hard dates. Look at what you can pay at what time.
I agree.
Excuse me. Kiki Nikoru said, after I did those steps, I figured out what is the minimum amount I wouldn't miss and have it direct deposited from my check-ins to my savings account. And to piggyback on that, once you deposit that into a savings account, you treat it like it doesn't exist. That's what you do. You treat that money, that side money, like you don't have it.
I would suggest having it in a separate account from whatever your main bank is too.
I would, yeah. If that and
that
some
makes
people
it
don't,
easier. If
right.
that makes it easier for you
some
to out of
people
sight,
don't
out
have
of mind.
that, and some people don't have that as a resource. But if you do, most definitely.
Oh man, there's plenty of free online banking. I'm telling y'all right now. Those of y'all who use Cash App, if you want to use Cash App, you can do Cash App. Chime exists. I'm a really big proponent of Chime. Y'all need to sponsor us.
He didn't got us stuck. He didn't got me in the Chime because he be using that.
Get on Chime. I got a referral code. Get on Chime. Anybody who got a Chime, we got referral codes.
I do too.
So get on Chime, man.
I need the money.
Some of y'all can't even get bank accounts for various reasons. Get you a nice, refutable online bank setup that's FDIC insured.
Mm-hmm.
That means your money's insured. That's got ATMs and places where you can access them. Yeah. Stores, etc. You know,
do your homework before you do these.
Do your homework for sure, because there's a bunch of options out there. But one that I'm very well versed in that I do recommend is Chime. Chime is dope. But yeah, you know, and when we talk about the money aspect, we gotta tackle that elephant in the room.
Oh crap.
Y'all, we got to stop buying stuff we can't afford. Yeah. Lower them subscriptions. Yeah. I just changed my internet service because even though I could afford it, I just felt I was being charged too much. Yeah. And sometimes that's the case. Like sometimes it don't even be a matter of you not being able to afford it. It'd be a matter of, you know what? Why can't I get this for like $20 or $30 less?
And there it is. Look, I'm glad you brought that up. I just did that with my insurance because my personal insurance that I was getting from my job, bro, I was getting like over $300 taken out of my check. Every check. You know what I'm saying? Doing that for 6 months was rough, bro. Ooh. Like, and I mean, yes. And it took and sometimes get a second opinion on stuff too, because I don't have expertise in that. You know what I'm saying? So I went to someone who did. Who looked it over and was like, yo, you paying way too much.
Definitely if you don't.
In fact, shout out to, look, since she dropped all this stuff.
Any of our advice.
Right. Shout out to Kara. Look, shout out to, what is your thing on here? I just forgot your freaking name. Not Kiki Nikoru, but the other Kiki. Lord Jesus, I'm messing up. But, you got Chime. Kiara Rob 25. Because, yes, she did. I don't know why I blanked on your name. But she did help me out with that because look.
I agree with that.
If you can find your own insurance and you can get it more affordably, then do so. Because everybody needs insurance, and sometimes that's how you get stuck. It's not the stuff that you want that you're spending the buku on. It's the stuff you need that you're spending buku on because you just don't see the ability of other things. You know what I'm saying? Yes. When it comes to subscriptions, if you can get the year telling you in the long run, it saves money. Just say your wife, geez, leave me alone. I'm trying to give you due credit. I'm trying to shout you out. Maybe you'll make a YouTube page about this.
She said
you got to think about the future.
You don't have to.
You got to think about the future.
She said, just say the title and make it easy on yourself.
I'm sorry, my brain ain't working.
I want to also highlight what Kiki was saying here. Yeah, I use Credit Karma Savings. It takes 3 to 5 banking days to get back, so it makes it harder for me to spend it. Because by the time I would have wanted it instantly, I don't want to spend it anymore.
Yeah.
That's great. Yeah. I got Credit Karma too. I haven't used it yet as a savings account. But I'm gonna consider that because I
Right.
do already have it and it's there.
Right. Man, I'm just one of those type
Yeah,
people.
I'm gonna try that.
Look, I'm just one of those type people. I'm wired this way. Once money starts getting lower, even before it is, even when I got it, quote unquote, dog, I ask myself 20 questions before I even buy anything. Like, I can't go in a Guitar Center no more because I be looking at stuff and it'd be like, it'd be that little voice in the back of your head like, do you really need it? Do you need it? But I want it. Do you though? And like you said, can you get it from somewhere else for a more sustainable price?
Yeah, you really got to that cost of value really matters because some of these big brands just be overcharging us, y'all.
Yeah, because you're basically
services.
paying for the brand. Like, dog, there was a time where I didn't pay for pants that were over $20, bro. Like, legit. And people will think, man, you crazy. No, because those things are essentials that you will make yourself buy. You will make yourself spend more on something because you consider it an essential. But at the same time, you will spend bukus of money on it where you really don't have to. And you can still be sustainable.
I think what factors in, like that clothing example you used, I think a lot of it just be people going for the brands and stuff. Because there's one thing about getting good quality jeans.
Right.
But then there's the good quality jeans that look really nice, or even just the lesser quality jeans that look okay.
Spectrum's overpriced that I can use in my SpongeBob voice. I need it. Look, dog. Look. And see, I be the type person, I be calculating stuff to where I'm like, okay, what I do also, this is something that I do, I calculate the high end of what I may have to spend. I always calculate on the high end. So I round up, right? So if I'm thinking about if there's something that I want and it's like, say, $369.99, I think of it as being either $380 or being like $400. So I think, okay, I need to move over $400 in order to get this thing. If I can't move over $400, then I can't get it. So if I only got $360, I can move over. I'm not getting it.
You know, the old school people. I remember old school people used to be like, you know, if you can't buy it twice, you can't afford it.
Yeah,
that's what they used to say.
If you can't buy it twice, you cannot afford it.
Which I've adopted to a less strict policy, and that's if you can't pay for the insurance on it, you can't afford it.
Now,
because I'm gonna tell you something. I don't know how many times, and especially being a person who sells stuff.
Yes,
I don't know how many times I have seen people buy something. Especially something expensive. I'm talking about a few hundreds of dollars into the thousands, and will not get insurance. And one of my retorts, because for obvious reasons, you know, I have to promote it, and it's also a good investment.
I do be fighting the insurance game.
I'm just like, yo, do you really want to buy this again? And now I get it if you're in a certain tax bracket,
right?
You just don't care.
You can.
But even then,
right?
Why would you want to rebuy the whole thing again,
right?
Where you can essentially just get it fixed for a fraction of the price,
and be straight.
Because in most cases, depending upon the protection, there's no deductible,
right?
Depending on the company, and even when there is a deductible, it's still less than what it would have cost you full retail,
right?
So to my people who be buying phones, these phones are not cheap. They hold all this information. You damn near would die if you lost it or somebody stole it. Get insurance.
Look.
Stop cheaping out on the insurance.
My mom made fun of me about counting this up to the cents. Pennies count. Yes, they do.
Oh, yeah.
Because that extra 99 cents be hurting, bro.
Shout out to Chime. They got a roundup feature. Y'all need to sponsor us.
Please do.
I was budgeting with changing mine before because I like simple math. I like numbers, but I like simple math.
I agree.
So I don't have time to be adding up a bunch of 278s and 369s.
Nope. Just round it
up.
I
can add up.
Just round it up.
$3 and $4.
Exactly.
It makes $7.
Because it makes more sense. It just makes more sense.
Furthermore, I'll take that change and throw it in savings anyway. But you know, donations.
Exactly. Yes, I need them donations. Look. Say it again for the people in the back.
Black people gave $337 million to Quaker Grits.
And the dude who coined that phrase is no longer accepting donations because he can't legally do it. So why don't you send them our way?
Donations.
You was gonna send Umar about $5. Sarah said he about $6, and probably some other random charity that you don't give a crap about, but you want to claim on your taxes another 10. Why not send it to us? You can still claim it.
Yeah, don't virtue signal. Just send us.
Yeah. Because once again, you can claim whatever you donate on your taxes.
I got a beach house I can sell you in Idaho.
Look, so long as it's actually, I believe it's over, so long as it's over $10, if it says $10 or less, you can still claim that on your taxes. Even if you only give us $10, you can claim that. And if it's over 100, you end up in a different bracket. And, look, that's for the year.
And truth be told, if for any reason y'all don't want to donate,
donations,
Black in a Minute shop.
That still counts as a donation. Shop. You are being charitable and you are receiving
the codes
for
are
your
literally
compensation
at the bottom. Juneteenth. I'm not telling you how much it's going to take off. Go to the site and find out how much it's going to take off. Free 99.
F around and find out.
Come on now, free 99.
Yes. Look, Kiki the Carter said, Cash App me right now. You drop the Cash App. We have Cash App.
Free.
We have Cash App. We have Cash App. Hold on. I just thought of something. No, R.I.P. Miss Cleo, the original. Yes, we have the Cash App. We have the Cash App. I read your palm, you put your palm on your phone, and you send me the Cash App. Anyway, hey, wait. Can we use Chime as
stuff be getting posted on TikTok?
I just thought about this. Can we use Chime as a bank account for the podcast?
We can. We just don't have one. But yeah,
we should do that.
Let me
just in case somebody wants to send us a check.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Look, stop posting these on TikTok. Get more eyes out. That's what I'm about to start doing. That's the reason why we haven't been playing like stuff from my tape on here, because as a result of that, they kind of fought me on that one time. Even though it's mine, they don't know that it's me on there.
It got reported.
Yeah, so we got stuck for that. So like that was fun. So you know. I be having to remember stuff like that. But yeah, look, that's what I've been thinking about already. We're gonna be posting like sound bites and stuff on TikTok. Follow us on TikTok. If we get over 1,000 followers, I think we can go live on there, which means we can do these live on TikTok. And if all those freaking ASM artists can get money and gifts and all kinds of crap for sitting there going like,
yeah, pretty much.
I want that money.
That was a squirrel fart, by the way.
Facts. Hey, they do be effect. Look, no diss to the ASM artists because y'all be helping me go to sleep at night, so I ain't gonna cap. Look.
You be listening to.
See, you sound just like your twin. I don't like neither one of you.
You be listening to the motherfucker.
Hey, this is a no judgment zone, sir. Actually, most of the time I be listening to Bob Ross, but the original. Y'all not gonna sit there and judge me. Them tingles be getting
eating spaghetti, stepping on Legos in the background.
No, I don't be going for the exotic ones. I just look. I'm just cool with the whispering and the occasional mouth sound,
blowing
and stuff
dirt.
Like that. Like I ain't with all that weird stuff.
Be playing with keys in the back on the mic.
What is wrong with y'all?
I look at that.
You didn't say secret squirrel. You know what? Screw you all.
I look at that like
I hope that y'all Negroes don't never get sleep again. Look, I hope that y'all Negroes don't never get sleep again.
Donations.
Give me them donations.
That need to be the new ASMR donation.
Look.
Black in a Minute. Donation. ASMR. Donation.
Hold on. We're gonna turn this down. We're gonna turn this
tax deductible donations.
I need your donations. I need to be paid.
Hold on. Donations.
Put your headphones on.
As Thanos would say.
Perfectly balanced, as all things should be.
Hey, Javar, you the real MVP. When I see your post, I'll share them or react to them. I have about 800 followers currently on TikTok. God bless you, sir. God bless you, sir.
Hey, doing the Lord's work.
Out here for real doing the Lord's work. Yes, sir. I mean, hey, look, I take back almost everything we said about you. But hold on. She said, as I sleep like a baby. Bruh, that's the point. Because guess what? If you're still on the video, how do you think they be popping on YouTube? If you're still on the video and you conked out, bro, they still get the engagement. Because that joint is running forever. Some of them joints is like 3 hours long. You watch that whole 3-hour video, guess where it's gonna take you? To another video, and another video, and another video, and another video, and another video. You sleep for like 4, 5, 6 hours, bro. You didn't got through 4 different videos that you didn't even have to watch. Why do you think Justin Bieber's weird self was sitting there telling people, go ahead and play Yummy on repeat and then go to sleep with it?
I don't know about
trying to get artificial followers.
I don't know about all of that, but what I will say,
you caught that, didn't you?
Because we
said not almost everything I said about you. Look, some things some things are just the truth. We can't just cut the truth off. Man.
We wilding, and we ain't gonna keep y'all all night because there's only so much we can say, and we are trying to be productive.
Unless, of course, you do want this to be a partial ASMR channel, and you're willing to, dish out some money for that. Look, I will learn how to do that crap
ASMR
for some bread, G. Okay. I ain't gonna sell no feet pics on OnlyFans, but I'll make like soothing noises in order to help. At least it's actually contributing a service, okay? No judgment to the ladies on OnlyFans. There's no judgment to you. You get it how you live. That's just not my grind, and that's not my area of expertise, okay?
I judge it, and I don't care. I am who I am. But with that being said,
hold on, Kiki Nikodu said, no, that was my rebuttal to you saying I hope you don't have good sleep. Don't spin a narrative in your favor. It's too late.
Hey, but all this talk about sleep, on a serious note though, sleep is pretty much, in my opinion, the most important.
Sleep is life.
And the most, at least my last point on productivity. You got to get good sleep. Yeah. You got to.
It's the hardest one to do.
Sleep, y'all. Y'all don't know how many people die from not getting enough sleep.
Man, don't say that.
They do though.
I know.
I
know.
You have to know when to stop being productive. Sit your ass down somewhere.
And take your to sleep.
And take it behind to sleep. Stop staying up all night. You night owl mother.
Hey. No judgment zone.
If you a night owl but you work in the morning, first of all, stop making yourself look like a fucking fool because you don't make any sense. Second, go to bed.
I'm sorry.
Now my nose is running.
It ought to be running. You attacking me.
Night owls make sense when you work thirds. You can't be a night owl and don't work thirds. Man, you're just hurting yourself.
Man, to be real, being a night owl doing thirds still ain't good for you. No cap.
Yeah, but it's more manageable because you actually have your sleep schedule probably does actually end up working out. And naturally, it's not natural. We should be dealing with circadian rhythm, waking up when the sun comes up, going to bed when the sun goes down. But
yes, just manage your time. We ain't all old like Sid. No. Hold up. Javar said, wait a damn minute now. I enjoy my 2 a.m. piece. Hey, I will say this. Hey, dog.
First of all,
look, if you suck at time management, bro, I'm just going to say it. Don't become a drug addict and get caught on nothing. Because
I'm not old.
Because if you want, all them services they going to put you through, them rehab programs, all that stuff. You don't want no smoke, bro. They will make you manage your time and you won't make no money.
I'm not old. I get good sleep. I can show you my charts, honey. But I'm just talking to you folks who be talking that whole night owl stuff, walking into work half dead, looking like something out of Stranger Things.
I don't understand why you.
I'm talking to y'all. So if it don't apply, let it fly.
Why you?
But if it do apply,
sir,
you might want to drink a Red Bull or something and get some wings so you can be productive.
Not some wings. You said some wings. Make sure they lemon pepper.
Make sure they Buffalo Wild or something. You need to.
I'm dead.
I mean, we all know those people. Same mug. Stay up to 3 and 4 a.m. talking about I'm tired at work. I know you are. And then you got a coffee dependency and ish.
Yeah, okay.
Walking around here hooked off caffeine because you ain't getting no sleep. Look, you gotta know when to rest, folks.
I was about to say, don't get cracked off caffeine, bro. It don't work.
Bro,
it don't work.
Bro, do you know how? Look,
they get hooked, work.
and then you can't. That's one of the worst ones because it's so innocent to the average person.
You know what's ironic about that? You know what 2 things most recovering addicts do when they in treatment, and they still allow it. You know what that is?
What's that?
They chain smoke cigarettes and they drink Red Bulls, Monsters, and Mountain Dew like it's water, bruh. Like for real.
Mountain
Or they
Dew.
vape. Or they vape. Like, because it's a compulsory thing. Said, nah, I'll be ready for life when I wake up. So I'm gonna sit down on this one. Look. I mean, they could go back to using cocaine instead of caffeine. I know, but that is not a suitable alternative right there. No, honestly, no. You know what most people actually go to whenever they start using drugs, like whenever they quit. Look, if there's one thing you'll notice about drug addicts when they get off drugs, guess what they do? Guess what the first thing is that you notice about them as soon as they get off drugs and they've been off for a minute? I'm gonna let you guess. Just take a guess. It's very obvious, but take a guess on what changes about them first. 9 times out of 10. It's easy. It's mad easy. Y'all can say it in the comments too if you think about it. Because it is something we all struggle with. I'm gonna be real.
Go ahead.
Look, they gain weight. Because look, when you're on drugs, sometimes you don't really be thinking about food like that. Like I've had people who was off of meth. They like, man, you don't really think about eating like that. So once you get off of that, your appetite comes back, and you're like, oh, crap, I need food. You know what I'm saying? Look, sometimes, mood. Look, Kiera Rob 25 says, sometimes, Kiki, you ready for the world? LMAO, remember the stink eye you gave me for the early rise? Now, look, if I'm on a mission, yes, they gain weight. Yes, sir. Why you wait until I said it? Anyway, but yes, they do gain weight because they remember that, food is actually good. Like, ironically, when I had the vid, I ain't gonna cap. That second half of that week, bro, was when I finally actually started eating. And I was like, why did I like food so much before? Like, why was I spending money on this? Like, I had to question that for a good long while, and I ain't really get my answer until like 2 months in. I ain't gonna cap.
Man,
dog,
you know what?
Because you don't eat when you sick.
I'm glad you brought up food and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say the last thing is when it comes to productivity, y'all.
She said you interrupted my 8 hours. Though love you dearly.
Try to eat right, y'all.
Please do.
Get a little bit of exercise, even if it's just walking for 30 minutes every day.
Get your life together.
We all could use a little bit more exercise.
Don't be allergic to the word exercise. It don't gotta make you sick.
No, and it can be whatever you want it to be as long as you're doing it. Whatever you can consistently do,
do
build a habit out of, do that.
Please do.
Do that.
Yeah. Don't kill yourself over it.
Eventually, that'll get boring for you, or it won't no longer serve its purpose, and then you'll want to do more.
Right.
It has to happen that way. It has to be that natural.
But let it be a sliding scale.
It can't be a shock to the system.
No.
You won't commit to it. You won't do it.
That and cold turkey tactics never work. They just don't. They just don't work. Like, you will mess yourself up 99% of the time. Like, you're not gonna make it like that. Let's see, LMAO, you asked me, though I only gave you what you wanted, right? Look, and sometimes you do be having situations like that, and we're going to end off soon. It's like, hey, look, man, I need you to wake me up. But what if you get mad? I don't care if I get mad. Just wake me up. Like, it's like, I will feel better later. Just wake me up. Bruh. Look, much love to y'all, too. But, because I definitely be on that. Because I will most definitely intentionally sleep on the couch because I know I will have just that much level of discomfort to where I'm going to want to get up because my back going to start hurting and stuff. And I'll be like, oop, let me get up. Because if I lay in that bed, I will roll back over. You know what I'm saying? If I'm tired enough and I really don't want to do nothing, I will roll back over. Like, you got to determine whether something's important to you sometimes. I ain't even going to cap.
It's a decision we all have to make.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, I agree. I agree wholeheartedly. It's a difficult decision to make. I will say that. It is quite difficult. But the main idea is find your key to productivity. Find your own personal path to productivity and figure out what works for you. And once you do, exercise that. What's that old word they used to say? That stick-to-itiveness. Look, exercise that stick-to-itiveness, just like they told you in school, and work that program, buddy, because you will regret it if you don't. So,
hey, Stranger Things, folks. Don't Nick low-key look like Lucas from Stranger Things?
You know, I hate y'all. I hate you all.
Think about that for a second. If you don't believe me, just look him up.
You know,
they favor each other. I just noticed this.
You know, I love you all, but I do not particularly like you right now.
But I would say for me,
say it.
My last little tidbits, like I said, to summarize it up into like a little list for you guys. We talked about a lot of things, what productivity looks like for some of us. Some of us gave some suggestions. I would say my main things that I recommend for you guys: give yourself some type of schedule. Value your time outside of work as much as you value your time at work. Prioritize your time because time is money. There's a reason that expression. A lot of people ain't catch what that expression really meant.
Right.
Like you really do have to value your time.
Time
is precious, and at some point we may die. So you can't just be looking at the value of the time that you get literal dollars for. You have to also look at what you get for the time you don't get the dollars for.
Also getting
the memories and stuff.
Also getting an understanding of what quality time truly means. Because for a lot of people, quality time, they think it's just being around somebody. That's not quality time. Quality time is the time that you spend where you can literally sit uninhibited and unbothered by the time that you're spending. If you're sitting with somebody and you're constantly staring at your watch because you don't know how long it's going to take for you to deal with this person, that is a problem. And that means that it's not really quality time because it's time that you feel that you don't have to spend. You know what I'm saying? Now notice how I said it. Not time that you don't have to spend because you don't want to. No, time that you literally do not possess. It's just like spending money that you can't. It's just like spending money that you don't have. You can't spend time that you don't feel like you have. Like, it doesn't work for you. It's not going to go well.
Yeah, no.
You're going to be stressed out the whole entire time. You're not going to make it good for you or anybody else.
Yes, definitely. You know, and that's whether you a single individual or in a relationship.
Yeah.
You do have to have time for
or if you got kids.
And make time for the people you care about, but don't forget to have time for you. You need both.
Yes.
Find you some hobbies, get you some friends, whatever it takes.
Functionality is important.
Like you got to do that. Get you some ample sleep, like I said before, and capture things, write things down.
Yes.
Whether you do it digitally,
however
or whether you do it on a piece of paper, however you choose, capture the moments. Whether that be photos, whether that be writing, you have to capture the moments because you will not remember everything. Okay,
no. And they are precious.
And they are precious.
And sometimes you will regret it if you forget.
Yes, believe me,
man.
Have a backup for the backup.
Please do. Like, do better for yourself. That's just the truth. And that's all we want from y'all. Like, self-love and self-care. Now, I will say this: have a definition of what. Really get an understanding of what self-care is. Self-care is not vegging out on your couch. I said it. I veg out on my couch, and that does not do a diggity dog damn thing for me.
You do what?
Sometimes I veg out on the couch because I get tired.
Hold on, you what?
Veg out. Like, you get tired and you just lay there. Or you just lay there and don't do nothing.
Okay, I was just
look.
You what?
Look.
What did you describe?
And look, that does not a thing for me, bro. You know why? All it does is piss me off because I wake up and then I'm like, oh, crap, look at all this time I wasted. Yeah, that is not quality time. That is not quality. Like, it's just not. You're not doing anything of quality for yourself when you do that. So what you really need to do when you're talking about self-care, do stuff that actually takes care of you, that makes you feel better after you do it. Not something that you got to question whether or not you actually did anything.
Yeah, so like he said, self-care is not eating a big old bag of Cheeto Puffs because you like Cheetos.
No.
Self-care might actually be taking your ass to the doctor.
Right, nigga, that's a cheat day. Just say it's a cheat day.
That's a real self-care tip.
Right.
Because some of this self-care shit that's out, some of this woo-woo ass advice, be a bunch of impractical ass, non-productive shit.
Facebook really be having niggas out here
just bro, like
damn near half dead.
Oh, self-care.
No,
I'm gonna sit and listen to some music for 17 hours. Knowing my damn blood pressure's up here.
Knowing damn well as soon as I have to get back to work, I'm gonna look. Some of y'all be using self-care as an excuse to not work. Like, don't do that shit. You don't need self-care. You need fucking priorities. That's what you need. I'm sorry. I sound like an old man saying this, and I know someone's going to say it. No. You don't need self-care. You need balance. You need a work-life balance.
You need preventative care. You need insurance.
Yes, you need life, nigga. Like, no. Like, just sitting on your couch and being bored, because there are people, dog, I heard somebody, and I quote, say, I had to take a 3-year break off of work because I got too tired.
Whew.
No. You didn't take a 3-year break. Corona came around. Yeah, I said it. You lost all them little jobs you had. You got kicked out of your mama's house. Your baby mama had to sit there and work for the both of y'all while you sat there and took care of the kids. That's not a 3-year fucking break. I know. I shouldn't be cussing, but look, we in the last hour. It don't matter. Go ahead and post a disclaimer, sir. Look, if you don't, I will. Look, FYI, we do. Look, that's not a break. That's being a fucking bum for 3 years. That ain't no self-care. That ain't none of that shit. Take care of your damn priorities. Take care of your priorities. And don't sit there and complain about your priorities because you made them exist.
Yep.
So this is for all the people that got babies. If you got babies, you can't have a self-care day and go to sleep on the damn couch if you got kids running around everywhere.
For the people who who like to ascribe things, for the spiritual folk that like to ascribe value to everything.
Oh Jesus, no, please don't.
Think about it like that. Let's put it where it's supposed to go.
Yes.
Kiki said, "Man, I'm gonna use my PTO to get a change of scenery from them customers, but listen, definitely get paid for it."
Yes, Lord.
And that's different. That's different, right?
That is different.
That's
you work
different.
for that. You
earned it.
Because you can't get PTO without working.
You earned it. You
There
were
ain't nothing wrong with
productive
that.
enough that
To
you was
get-
rewarded.
Yes. But just sitting there and being like, I don't think I'm gonna go to work today.
Yeah, listen.
I don't think I'm gonna go to work today. I don't want to go to work today.
That workaholic lifestyle. Listen, y'all gotta know when to turn that shit off.
Yeah.
There is a time where you turn it off.
And I ain't gonna
You
cap, it's hard to
crazy as
do.
hell if you think you're just going, like, you will work yourself to death. Don't let this hustle culture trick you
Yes.
into thinking that you can get away with this shit without resting.
I'm gonna make it. Look,
Don't do it.
Look,
I'll
dog.
spill some water. and shit again.
Look. My supervisor
Just-
is a strong proponent of definitely a work-life balance, and this woman be ready to beat me upside the head with a stick because sometimes I work on my days off, and she be really grilling me, and it's funny, and I laugh at it, but she do be on my case going like, "Hey, why are you working on your off day? Why are you doing it? It's only one thing." I be sitting there having to explain myself because I'm like, because she be looking at me like, "Call your wife."
I be saying, look, man, listen. I be trying to tell folk.
Ooh, a high-end cabin, yeah. I need some high-end money, but I feel you though.
A high-end cabin with my husband. Just saying.
I mean,
well, it's out there.
if
If
it's
it's up,
vibe.
then it's
If it's up, then it's stuck. If I can make it back, I ain't complaining, man. Look, I'm certainly not in opposition.
I want to do something like that, but that's a whole nother conversation.
This is ugly out here. G ain't cat.
Bro, I mean, shoot, we've been going for about an hour and a half, y'all, and we ain't gonna keep y'all all night
Yeah.
because part of my productivity, in order for my system to work,
It's
requires me
weird
to take my ass to bed, and I have to work tomorrow, unlike most of y'all.
Yeah,
I gotta work a regular ass shift tomorrow
Damn,
for the 4th of
I
July.
ain't gotta work.
So,
I do got to work.
It be like that, you know.
Yeah.
Depending on what you got to do for work, you know, you got to be out here on these holidays and in the streets.
Yeah, just be like that.
It be like that sometimes.
You ain't gonna complain when this nigga got to sell you phones.
No.
Look, Kiki said, "Hey, my bill's still gonna be there. I feel like people should save up to a minimum of a year or expenses in checking and savings account in case things get bad. Yes, always have a just in case balance.
Yep.
I gotta get that back. I used to have that mug.
3 months to a year. You and me both. I got to re-up now because of the life situation that I done had this year.
Before I had a bank account, I had a separate wallet with money in it, right? So I'm gonna tell this funny story and I'm gonna leave. But one of my friends, I treat her like a big sister. She was calling herself trying to teach me how to go on a date, right? So we had to go on a simulated date, right? So I had to take her out there.
Oh, this sounds like a great podcast. But go ahead.
I had to take her out there, right?
This sounds like
and we had to pick a place. So we went to Old Chicago, right? So we go out there and we get in the food and everything. And in the midst of that, I realize I don't have enough money. But here's what I did.
Wait a minute.
Here's what I did.
You went on a simulated date.
Hear me out.
And didn't have enough money.
Hear me out. But this is what I did. You know what I did? Look, I looked her dead in the face. I was like, I don't got enough. She's like, what do you mean you don't got enough? I'm like, don't worry. I got an idea. It's like, don't worry. I got a plan for this. Look, I'm like, take my keys, go back to my apartment. There is a certain drawer right next to my bed and my nightstand. It has an extra wallet in it. You take out what you need and you bring it back. I always had a plan B. And she laughed at me forever because of that. But she was like, hey, I can't get mad at him because at least he had a plan B for how we was going to get out. At least he had the money. Like, he didn't have it on him, but he had the money. You know what I'm saying? And granted, this is before I had a bank account, before I had a card, any of this stuff. But back when I only had cash, and I always kept a stash of money in the side.
Yeah. Hey. Y'all, listen.
Sometimes you gotta look. So I say that because that's something I grew and learned from. But it's the thing that you always gotta have a plan B, G.
That's it.
I'm just saying. Look. That's just the truth.
No, hey.
That's just the truth. Look.
Listen, respect.
Look. I ain't had to wash no dishes.
Respect to the truth. Respect to the truth.
Look, I ain't had to wash no dishes.
You had to wash no dishes. You had to dine and dash.
Nope.
Yeah, have to pull no.
Nope. I was just like, hey,
that's hilarious.
Here's where it's at. I'm like, take my keys. This is where my place is at.
Hey, y'all, this is a prime example of not having productivity but saving your ass.
Oh God.
We're gonna have a whole we're gonna have to have a whole separate episode for this. I don't even know of all the things. We definitely gonna end on this note because this is funny to me. And I'm just waiting to get off the stream for us to talk about this.
I'm so done with you, Javar. Said I was expecting something more crazy, like you went to the bathroom and never came back.
Bruh.
No, but that was a long ass wait for her to come back. I ain't gonna cap.
Bruh.
Life lesson, bring enough with you. Look, I never went to old Chicago, so I didn't even know.
Keep in mind the context here, y'all. This was a simulated date.
Right.
So keep that in mind with this whole situation.
Thing. I was barely 18 at the time, okay? I don't think I was I 18? No, I was 17. I was 17 or 18 at the time. Like, I was young, okay? I was young and foolish, but I knew how to keep money, okay? If there was anything that my great-granddaddy, God rest his soul, used to teach me, this man used to give me $5 to $10 a week walking up to the stairs of the church, and he put it in my pocket and be like, save your money, boy. None of the people in my family knew I even had money until I was probably 10 or 12, okay? I kept a stash. Even when I bought video games, I would save up above what I needed and pay for a video game and then save the rest and then pick it up. Look up the menu price to the plate. Again, this was like 10 years ago.
Hey, listen,
I did not have the available resources.
We
never happened again.
We about to end the stream anyway because we at that after party section.
Y'all not finna judge me.
Where the wild shit started coming in at. Keep in mind, y'all, this was a simulated date.
Thank you. It was intended for the purpose of learning. It was intended for the purpose of learning.
That's some good advice.
Never happened again.
That's some good advice, though.
Look up the menu price to the place, and from there, what is it? The highest price and bring enough for two. Said ain't no one attacking you. Just give it tips. You better be giving tips, G.
Oh, I'm gonna get them when we get off the stream.
I don't like neither one. See, this is why I don't share life lessons with y'all because y'all so judgmental.
Everybody judgmental, but
y'all, maybe I need a self-care day now.
We gonna wrap it up here, y'all, because we being silly and we done said enough for y'all. It's Sunday night. Many of y'all are gonna be enjoying y'all 4th of July.
Y'all messing up my chakras.
For those of y'all who still celebrate, many of y'all will be enjoying the 4th of July. Most of y'all we know got it off and going to eat tomorrow.
Right. Oh dang! Kiara Rod 25 said, if I could turn back time, the money that was given to me, I would have had well over 100K. No cap, bro. Me too.
Man, most of us have spent Man,
I wouldn't have had that much, but yeah, I would have.
I think there's a stat
I
around
had a bit.
about that too, like
Yeah.
about just like
Yeah.
how much money you would have spent in a lifetime. But
Yeah.
with that being said, y'all,
I just praise the Lord that I had somebody that I had family members that taught me not to do stupid stuff with my money.
sir,
Straight up.
will you do the honors? Because I just think you just do this far better than I do.
Oh, you're just trying to butter me up.
No,
Because
I'm
you're gonna
not.
dawn on me as soon as we get off this. But
I have questions, but we
no.
gonna chop it up.
Again, I was young.
Javar said, "I won't attack you this time."
I guess I'll appreciate that. I can take it for what it's worth. But anyway, this has been the Black in a Minute podcast, brought to you by the illustrious Twyman Art. Jesus, I messed it up. But
It's all good, bro.
we do appreciate you spending this lovely time with us that you could be spending outside running away from kids who are throwing bottle rockets in the street. Don't worry, their time is still coming. Because we still got one more day.
Bing bong.
If you hear that outside, it's not gunshots. It's probably just little Timmy throwing bottle rockets and a bunch of other things at the wall, or a bunch of crazy neighbor kids trying to fire off things. Now, if you see fire, you do need to run, and you probably need to, just find shelter. But anywho, we do hope that you have a great night or a great day, or whenever you're viewing this, whatever time zone. Again, this has been NeRo AnGelo.
I go by the DarksKing poet. That's DarksKing with a G on the end.
And like we always do at this time, we say good night. Peace out.
Oh, one last thing,
I'm
y'all.
surprised you didn't have a soundbite for that.
I do. I just didn't use it. Black in a Minute merch.
Yes. You have one more day.
Link in the description. The 4th is the last day. Two codes.
Imagine a cup like this with our logo on it, but all black.
Juneteenth
It can be yours.
and free 99.
Yes.
It's on the ticker at the bottom. Read that shit.
And if you need it, just ask. We'll send it.
Yes, we will send it to as well.
Well, he'll send it.
Link to the site in the
'Cause I don't
description,
remember.
y'all. But
Memory problems.
yeah. Anyway, we out this mug though.
Yeah.
Power.
Peace.